Using that same concept. That's what we're going to do with the transactions. A transaction, as you all know, this is how I do it. This is year one. That's what I do. I put you in a $650,000 project. Whether we have $25,000, $100,000, or $5,000, whatever, it doesn't really matter. It does, huh?
The point's to get in the game.
The point is to get in. How about the $1,000 person? Yes, get in the game. What we're going to do on year one, day one, or month one, or week one, is we're going to double that. If this was $1,000, then all you got to do is add 3 zeros there. All right? If this was $10,000, then all you got to do is add another 0, and you're at 1.28 in 10 years. A few weeks ago, I had a gentleman that told me, how are you going to take 1 million to 2 million in 1 year? He told me what he was worth. He said he can't go from 1 million to 2 million in 1 year. I guess because you don't work with me. Because you can. Let me explain. Let me get done with this. Duplication. That's all it is. We're going to show you how to duplicate. I don't mean by doing 30 single-family homes. You can, and it works. It just works really slow, really long, really tiring. You know how I know that? I did it. To get to my first $1 million, I did a lot of single-family homes. A lot of single-family homes. Because you only make what? Between 10 and 30,000 per property? Maybe 40,000 in some cases. I did 75,000 on one. I bought one sight unseen, made $48,000 on it. But those don't happen every day, right, Rob? That's right. I mean, if you make $20,000 a property, you did good. Some people, it takes them a year to make $20,000, right? That's not a bad thing. Is it possible to do 30 transactions when I haven't even done one? Of course it is. Whether you do it in days, months, or years, it depends on you. I went, oh, he's not here. I went to look at a property in Spring Hill. I made the bid for it, I don't know, 2 months ago. I was going to a meeting on Thursday, and I'm getting ready to leave my house, so I could get there about 20 minutes early. And the guy says, listen, you still want that house? I go, yeah. Can you bring the papers right now? Right now? Right now, right now? He goes, if you want it, I made up my mind now. When they make up their mind, what do? You drop whatever it is you're doing, all right? Honey, I'm sorry, I know I was going to take you to Red Lobster, you're just going to have to wait till after the signing of the deal. You know what my wife does? She said, I'll meet you at Red Lobster. Because she knows I'm going to take a long time. But we get in the car, we go up there. I said, look, you start right now, right? Bam, here's the paperwork. Go ahead and review it. So you get a guy that says to you, I want the property. And you don't have the luxury of calling a lawyer and say, hey, can you fax me? You gotta have the right documentation. This is one of the things that, as one of my partners, or one of our partners, it's a we thing, it's not a me thing, we have for you. And we're gonna go over some of those things. So what happened was I got a property that is worth it's worth about maybe $78,000, $80,000. It owes $103,000. Raise your hand if you say, I would take that house. All right? I bought it for $100. A couple of months behind on the payment. $535 a month, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. How much money can I make on the house? It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with an office. When I said office, what did you think? I'm going to put a closet in there. I'm going to convert it to a 4th bedroom, and I'm giving it to Section 8 with an in-ground pool. How much do you think I can get for that? About $1,400, $1,300, $1,400. $100. $700 profit a month. Do 10 of those. Okay? Now, whether you do these in 30 days, and 30 months, 30 years, even if you did it in 30 years, it's still better than 40, 50 years working for the system. Okay?
I have a question.
Question?
About that kind of deal. So in order to avoid the down payment, what might you try to do? Would you try to just try to do an owner finance with no down payment?
That's exactly what it is. And I'm going to go over that in detail. I'm going to go over 3 deals that I did this week. Okay? We talked about it. Our concept is simple. You take whether it's 5,000, 10,000, we're going to double 7 to 10 years. I want you guys to marry me in a financial relationship for 7 to 10 years. I don't care where you start. All I'm going to do is help you double that money in 1 year using 4 projects. This is for the benefit of Laura and Rob. You come in with $1,000, or you come in with $100,000. I'm going to put you in a 6 or 10 bed assisted living facility. This secures your money. By securing your money, I just took out the fear of loss. My wife and I are driving on US 19, wham, we get rammed by a tractor trailer. Your name is on that corporation. Are you protected?
Yes.
You come, you bring me some flowers. My wife don't like flowers, and you then go to the lawyer and you collect your money and you're good. Or you continue running your business, right? There's a $75,000 escrow for an assisted living facility that gets released approximately 6, 7 months later. We use that money, because this is a group effort, to buy the second house. It's a single family home which we're going to rehab and sell. Say it sells for $100,000. This is how we double our money. Then we're going to do a rehab hold sell. Does everybody know what that means? We're going to hold it and sell it. Let me explain. Yes, yes, and yes. You see this guy right here? He's got bad credit. You see this gal right here? She's got excellent credit. This is a group effort. We're all working together. We're going to have our cake and eat it too. We're going to take this person. This is, I don't know, let's say this is Fred. And this is, I don't care.
Mary. Mary.
Who?
Mary.
Mary. Okay, this is Mary. All right, we got Mary right here. Now, Mary's got good credit. Fred's got bad credit. So we find this property. We go, okay, Fred, we're going to put this property in your name, in a trust, so that we still control it, right? The idea is to sleep good at night, not to worry that Fred now just took our property. He's going to walk away because we're paying cash for it, right? Now, it's worth $100. That one's gone. We made our money. We now have $100,000 in the bank, right? We put 60, made 40,000, approximate numbers. Now, then we do this one. This is also a single family home. Same numbers. If I lose anybody, please stop me. I want you to understand this. Why am I telling you this? You guys could do this on your own if you want to. And you can. Year 1 and year 2, you can do this by yourself. Year 2, you will get yourself in trouble if you don't know what you're doing. So please listen to me. I'm going to tell you a little story. In November, I met a guy right here in this room. He asked me a lot of questions about assisted living facility. A lot of questions about an assisted living facility. Do you think I knew what he was doing? Mm-hmm. He gave me a call a month and a half later. He's stuck with the assisted living facility. Mm-hmm. He went out and found one. Under 15 beds. A good piece of property. Operating. Running. They paid cash for it. It was cash flowing. It was doing really, really good. He was happy. He took the lady's word for it that said, you can take over my license. Can you take over somebody's license?
No.
You just went through the course. She said, oh yeah, I just signed it over to you and you just... So he self-appointed himself as the administrator. About a week and a half later, Aka showed up and says, "Who are you?" "Well, I'm the administrator." "Really? When did that happen?" How long do you think it took to shut him down?
24 hours.
24 hours. He calls me up and says, "Mike, something went wrong. Listen, what can I do about this?" There's nothing you can do. You have to apply for a license. The residents are all gone somewhere else. You're not getting them back. So you know what? I'm going to tell you how I do it. If you want to do it, listen, that's why I'm teaching you. You go to school to learn, right? I said, "Yeah, but I'm not getting paid." I don't care. I've already made my money. I'm just going to keep making more money, more money, more money, and it's just money after a while. Trust me when I tell you that. It doesn't change, really. It doesn't make you just buy more stuff, right?
Buy more shoes?
More than my. You got 3 closets. Anyways, so on the third, this one's gone, right? We know this one's gone because we rehabbed it and sold it. On the third one, Fred, we're going to take the contract, put it in Fred's name in a trust so that we're still protected, and Fred's going to sell it to Mary because she's got good credit. Some people have money, some people have labor, some people have credit. OPM, OPC, OPL. Everybody knows, right?